what if the exact products, the ones you were totally relying on to give you that perfect wedding day skin, are actually like guaranteeing a massive breakout?
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. It's an absolute nightmare.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this. Today's deep dive is all about mastering your pre-event skincare timeline. And we are sourcing our intel directly from this really comprehensive guide in the article section of the Weddizer website.
Which, by the way, is just a fantastic hub for wellness and, bridal niche guidance. They really break it down.
They really do. So whether you're a bride-to-be or just prepping for like any major milestone event, our mission today is to help you nail down the exact exfoliation schedule so you can get that flawless glow without, causing an irritated disaster.
Exactly, because this is entirely about trading panic for planning.
Mhm.
I mean, instead of it basically declaring war on your face right before a big event, you need to understand the biology of your skin cycle.
Right, so you can actually work with it instead of against it.
Yeah, exactly.
So to figure out when to hit the brakes on our routines, we first need to look at what exfoliation is actually doing at a microscopic level, right? The Weddizer guide categorizes the main culprits into physical tools, chemical acids like AHAs and BHAs, and then professional treatments, so lasers or deep peels.
Yeah, the heavy hitters.
Right. And we all know the goal is removing dead skin so makeup sits smoothly, but it's a massive double-edged sword.
It really is, because you aren't just swiping away dead cells. Like chemical exfoliants, for example, they work by chemically dissolving the intercellular glue holding those top cells together.
Okay, the glue.
Right, but if you dissolve too much of that glue, you're exposing raw skin underneath, skin that hasn't actually finished forming its structural defenses yet.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like aggressively sanding a really delicate piece of wood. I mean, you want a smooth finish, obviously, but if you sand too hard, you strip away the wood's protective seal.
That's a great way to put it. On your face, that seal is your moisture barrier, the invisible lipid layer that traps water in and keeps all the bacteria out.
Right.
And what's fascinating here is what happens when that lipid layer is actually compromised. It doesn't just bounce back overnight.
No, it takes a while, right?
Yeah, the human skin cycle takes about 28 days for new cells to travel all the way from the bottom layer up to the surface to fortify that barrier.
28 days.
Exactly. That biological recovery time is like the entire scientific basis for our pre-event countdown.
So because rebuilding that lipid barrier takes almost a full skin cycle, you can't just stop scrubbing the night before.
Oh, absolutely not.
You actually have to start hitting the brakes, 4 to 6 weeks out?
Right. At that stage, you just maintain your regular exfoliation routine.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 to 3 times a week, but absolutely no new aggressive treatments.
Right, no experimenting.
Yeah, that buffer is crucial. If
Yeah.
a new peel or some fancy serum triggers a bad reaction at 6 weeks out, your skin at least has one full 28-day cycle to recover.
That makes total sense. But once you cross the 2-week mark, the math changes, right?
It does. At 2 weeks out, you must completely stop all aggressive professional treatments. No microdermabrasion, no intense peels.
And then at 1 week out, you drop even regular chemical and physical exfoliation entirely, like completely.
Yep, cold turkey. The whole routine pivots to soothing hydration. You're just flooding the skin with ingredients like hyaluronic acid and aloe vera to, fortify that lipid barrier.
Okay, but realistically, let me push back here for a second. Let's say I get a massive stress breakout exactly 3 days before the wedding. Human nature kicks in, right?
Yeah.
The temptation to aggressively scrub it off is just overwhelming.
Oh, it is. The panic is real.
Right. So why is giving into that urge the exact wrong move?
Because an active breakout is already a site of intense inflammation. If you vigorously scrub it, you literally destroy the fragile acid mantle around the blemish.
You're just making it worse.
Exactly. You're creating localized trauma. You end up with severe redness and this dry, weeping skin. I mean, a makeup artist can easily conceal a small raised bump. They absolutely cannot conceal an angry, raw, flaky patch of overexfoliated skin.
Wow. So consistency really does beat last-minute intervention every time.
Every single time.
So by the time you're 3 or 4 days out, and definitely the day before, you're doing the absolute minimum. Gentle cleansing, hydrating sheet masks, and securing your beauty sleep.
Yeah, you are simply protecting the delicate barrier you've spent the last 6 weeks carefully cultivating. It perfectly embodies that core mantra from the Weddizer article, which is to glow smarter, not harder.
Glow smarter, not harder. I love that.
Right. The secret to perfect event skin isn't some magical last-minute fix. It's the gradual reduction of active treatments, prioritizing hydration and sunscreen above literally everything else.
So what does this all mean for how we treat our faces the rest of the year? I mean, here is a wild thought to chew on before your next big event. If our skin looks its absolute best, its most radiant and flawless when we completely abandon harsh acids and adopt extreme minimalism right before the biggest day of our lives, are our complex daily skincare routines actually doing more harm than good?